Hi everyone, Emma here. I'm so excited to show you my finished bracelet. So we had a discussion when we unboxed the Egyptomania collection number 13, whether I should, I guess there was a few discussions. We had some other beads. Let me show you. So I use these beads here are actually these. So it's very interesting because now that I look at them on the bracelet, I'll take a few out so you can see. They have kind of a gray look, and one side has the gold. So we got a bunch of these in our Curiosities box, Egyptomania, and I just want to mention quickly, and then we'll move on to the reveal and the explanation of how I made it. In the description will be the link to the John Bead Friends and Family site where you can order your box, your Curiosities box. Now the Egyptomania is sold out, but the next one's called Desert Caravan. They have added extra boxes, and they've also added space for subscription. So if you're interested, you don't want to miss out any month. They seem to be like gaining momentum and selling out. So definitely I would recommend it. But so we had a bunch. I've made a few things with these and I still have a bunch left. So like I said, there's a gold side to this, and then there's the clear side. And we had a discussion whether I use those or these here. So we did receive these in the box as well. These are just lovely as well on their own. So my thought was to use these in an area that I could have them dangling so there's no background behind it. So in a bracelet like this where there's the stiffy fabric, whatever is behind it, I didn't want it to alter the look of this. So I use these for earrings, and let me just show the latest. Actually, I think they're in two of the different earrings. So here's one of the earrings. So you can see what I mean. You get the light coming through them, which looks pretty amazing. So I kind of wanted to save those for that. And I'm surprised I still have some of these left as well. So let me just put these away because, I'll be looking for them. So this is what I came up with. So whoever guessed used these beads here. And what I did was, you can see the shiny gold. This is a faux leather and it's shiny gold. It's incredible. But let me tell you, it was a learning curve to get used to using it. First of all, because I use a light to really light up my stuff, and see what happens. And as I'm doing stuff, it was flashing in my eyes. I was like, oh my gosh, this is making me tired. But anyway, it turned out amazing. Take a look. So I just want to point out what I used in this. So first of all, I use these, I think this is brass forms. You can get them in different types of metal. They're bendable, but they're pretty sturdy. And they come in different sizes as well. You can get these pretty much any beading store will have these. They're called bracelet blanks, if you're wondering. And I use the gold eye needles, which I have to say I'm kind of liking these gold eye. I find the gold eye is a lot easier to thread, like the holes look bigger. And then I used these lovely gold Sogel beads that we got in our Curiosities box. So I use those on the edge here. And we got these lovely beads. Self-explanatory where I use those. And then of course one of these two beads. So I actually I took the shiny gold faux leather and then a piece of the John Bead stiffy fabric and used that as my like beading substrate, I think they call it. And I would recommend, if you're doing something like this with a line, that you go ahead and mark out some lines on the back side of your stiffy so you know where to go in and out. This shiny stuff is a bit unforgiving in the sense that if you poke your needle through, you're going to have a little hole there. Although I did find it wasn't that noticeable if I had to pull it out and put the hole somewhere else. But I did find it was hard to see where my needle was. So you're poking and you're just waiting for it to raise up a little bit to figure out if that's where you want it. So yeah, but anyway, I was doing a straight line, so it wasn't too big a deal. And again, I had cut my stiffy fabric in a straight line, so I could gauge from the edge of that, as well as that it's only going to go a little further, so it will end up. I have to say, these lines, so I do these all at once. I put the seed bead, the 8/0 seed bead, then these large beads, then the 2 bead, then the next one and the next one, and I attached it that way. When I got finished, before I put the rest of the bracelet together, they looked so like out of place. Like one was over this way and one was over in the other way. But you know what? When I went to finish up the bracelet with my edge, they all lined up for some reason. I guess I must have been close enough to, make them straight. So if you have a way of making them straighter, like making a line, definitely use that. So, the ends. Let's talk about the ends. We got these. I didn't get those out. Let me grab that. Where did I put that now? Oh, heavens. I must be getting ready to use them again because I've moved them to another project bin. That's crazy. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. I had like beads on top of this. So we got this in our Curiosities box, and these are these unbelievable cabochons, and look at how they turn out. I just couldn't believe. These are 50 seed beads around it. Super simple to put that, and it just totally elevates it. I just cannot believe how awesome. So you may look at something like this and go, oh, it's just, I think it's some type of polymer or something. Like, it may not look like much, but when you fancy it up, let me get this on. I kind of don't want to stretch it out, but yeah, it's no big. And then squeeze closed. So that's that side there. And look at how amazing that is. There we go. Look at that. So I think this would be, I think you could get away with like blue jeans and like a white blouse. Of course, I say that all the time. It's like you want the beads to be the thing, right? So that turned out incredible. And I'm just noticing something here. I just noticed it's just the edge here. So your beads will turn up. I used a faux leather on the back, red. I thought red because you see gold, and like when they do gold leaf, they use red paint underneath. So I thought it might go, and it actually does. Not that you're going to see the inside. Now I did notice, because I had 2 layers I had the stiffy fabric and the shiny gold that when I went to put my bracelet, put it on the bracelet blank and use my faux leather on the back, that my measurement on the faux leather was not quite long enough. I wasn't anticipating that much of a like pinching together of this fabric, the front and the back. So there is spots where you can see. And I did try to do some red Sharpie marker to cover it, but it started looking really like cheap, and I was getting the mark on the bead. So I was like, no, I'm just going to leave it like this. So there's that. So I don't know if there's much more to say, but this was so much fun, so quick to do. I'm so used to doing bead embroidery bracelets this size that take days, right? This was like less than 2 days. So, and I just did my gold beads on the edge all the way around. So there you go. And this looks very Egyptian style, like Tutankhamun, major gold look to it. So there you go. Huge thank you to John Bead for this inspiration, and to the designers. Like, this was so much fun. So there you go. See you in the next video. Bye.